9 blame-shifting tactics manipulators use to make you feel guilty. Have you ever experienced the weight of someone else's mistakes, finding yourself unjustly burdened with guilt for their wrongdoing? Or perhaps you've encountered situations where you were unfairly made the scapegoat for issues that you had no role in creating? From friendships to romantic relationships, and even in our professional lives, many of us have unknowingly fallen prey to manipulative blame-shifting strategies. I am familiar with this feeling, having been subjected to these tactics on multiple occasions. Does this resonate with your experiences? Let's explore this further by examining 9 common blame-shifting tactics that manipulators often employ to induce feelings of guilt. 1. They twist the narrative to suit their agenda. Manipulators frequently employ a tactic of blame shifting by skillfully manipulating the narrative to align with their personal agenda. This often entails distorting facts, omitting crucial details, or even outright fabricating information about the situation. This artful approach to blame shifting poses a challenge in detection, mainly because it is executed so subtly. It can lead us down a path where we begin to doubt our own recollection of events, prompting self-doubt. Ironically, while we find ourselves burdened with guilt for actions we did not commit, the manipulator emerges unscathed, safeguarding their facade of innocence. Identifying this tactic requires attentiveness to disparities in their account of events and relying on your memory and perception. 2. They make you the villain in their story. One of the more deceitful blame-shifting tactics I've personally encountered revolves around being cast as the antagonist in the manipulator's narrative. This strategy often entails adopting the role of the victim, manipulating emotions to elicit sympathy, all while placing blame squarely on us. I can vividly recall an instance when a former colleague consistently missed deadlines. Rather than acknowledging their own shortcomings in time management, they wove a narrative in which I allegedly overloaded them with work and set unrealistic expectations. They positioned themselves as the overwhelmed victim and portrayed me as the demanding villain. This situation left me grappling with unwarranted guilt for something beyond my control. It took me some time to discern this tactic and realize that it was a form of blame shifting, not a reflection of my managerial approach. 3. They use gaslighting to distort your reality. Gaslighting is an extremely harmful blame-shifting tactic that I've personally encountered. This form of psychological manipulation aims to sow doubt about your sanity by consistently denying or distorting the truth until your own perceptions and memories become uncertain. I distinctly remember a moment when a close friend borrowed a significant sum of money from me, only to later vehemently deny it ever occurred. They skillfully made me question my own mental clarity, insinuating forgetfulness or outright dishonesty on my part. The combination of guilt-tripping and warping reality left me hesitant to address the issue, creating a complex situation that required time to fully comprehend and navigate. Overcoming gaslighting entails placing trust in your own memory and perceptions and seeking support from those who can validate your experiences. It's crucial to recognize that a manipulator's denial of facts doesn't alter the underlying truth. 4. They deflect blame by pointing out your flaws. Yet another prevalent blame-shifting strategy employed by manipulators is deflection. Instead of taking ownership of their actions, they sidestep accountability by highlighting your flaws or mistakes. For example, when confronted about an issue, they may counter with something like, "Well, what about that time when you..." This tactic shifts the conversation away from their wrongdoing, placing you on the defensive and often instigating feelings of guilt for ostensibly unrelated matters. It's crucial to recognize that while everyone is fallible and prone to mistakes, raising past errors or flaws as a response to present criticism is a clear indication of deflection and blame shifting. 5. They use guilt trips as emotional blackmail. Guilt trips represent a classic tool within the manipulator's repertoire, exploiting your kindness, insecurities, or sense of responsibility to induce feelings of guilt when you resist their demands. For instance, they might assert, "If you truly cared about me, you would do this for me." Despite your better judgment, you might find yourself yielding to their requests merely to alleviate the guilt they impose. An intriguing aspect of guilt trips is their impact on empathetic and conscientious individuals. Such individuals, possessing a heightened sense of moral duty and responsibility toward others, become particularly susceptible to this form of emotional manipulation. 6. They project their faults onto you. Projection is a blame-shifting maneuver wherein the manipulator charges you with exhibiting the very behavior or emotions they themselves are culpable of. It's akin to gazing into a mirror, but the reflection portrays their shortcomings being projected onto you. I recollect being in a relationship with an individual who consistently grappled with insecurity and jealousy. Instead of owning up to these sentiments, they would wrongly accuse me of harboring jealousy. This experience left me in a state of confusion and guilt, causing me to question my own emotions and actions when, in fact, I was being subjected to their projections. 7. They employ the silent treatment as a form of punishment. The silent treatment, categorized as a form of emotional withholding, is a manipulative strategy designed to instill guilt for perceived transgressions. Through the act of ignoring or withholding communication, the manipulator fosters an uncomfortable atmosphere of disapproval, implicitly assigning blame to you for their silence. This tactic can inflict significant harm by exploiting our fundamental human desire for social connection and communication. It induces feelings of anxiety, guilt, and a sense of urgency to resolve the situation, often prompting us to shoulder blame simply to restore a sense of normalcy. 8. They give you conditional love. This is a particularly painful tactic employed by manipulators who hold close relationships with us, such as family members, partners, or close friends. They induce feelings of guilt by implying that their love or approval is contingent on your behavior. Phrases like, "If you loved me, you would do this for me," or "I can't believe you're behaving this way. Is this how you show your love?" are common expressions of this emotional manipulation. It operates by making you feel guilty and undeserving of their love unless you comply with their demands. This approach can be profoundly detrimental as it exploits our fundamental human need for love and acceptance. It's essential to remember that genuine love is not conditional. You inherently deserve love and respect just as you are. Don't allow anyone to exploit your yearning for their love and approval to manipulate you and induce feelings of guilt. 9. They play on your fears. Arguably the most detrimental tactic in manipulation involves exploiting your fears. Manipulators possess a keen ability to pinpoint your most significant fears and leverage them to their advantage. Whether through threatening abandonment, exposing your insecurities, or exploiting your deepest fears, they aim to instill guilt and maintain control over you. Crucially, it's essential to discern this for what it truly is, a manipulation tactic. It has no bearing on your inherent worth or capabilities. Refuse to allow anyone to manipulate you by using your fears to induce guilt or exert control. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.